Hey guys, this is Han Saurus Rex, and today it is my pleasure and it is my honor to unbox this chivalrous, this principal transformer. Before you, here we have Dinobot. So stay tuned. Right guys, so basically right now I'm trying to maintain my cool. I'm trying not to drool over this toy as I unbox it, but I have to tell you this, I've been waiting a long time for a masterpiece, a solid figure, a masterpiece Dinobot. In the past couple of years, we've been fitting off scraps from Hasbro and the different iteration and variations of Dinobots that just didn't hit the spot, and finally in the month of July of 2018, we have the masterpiece Dinobot. So let's not waste any time and unbox this. Guys, before we proceed to unbox this, let's do a quick comparison with the different masterpiece figures, Beast War masterpiece figures that have been released recently. Namely, in no chronological order, we have Cheetor. Alright, so as you can see, the box size is there's quite a big difference as you might have expected. Alright, I'm just going to zoom out a bit so you can have a better look at the different sizes for the packaging. So here we have Cheetor, and then here we have Dinobot at the back. So as you can see, it's quite a significant difference in size as expected. And then before Cheetor came the wonderfully designed and manufactured Optimus Primal. So as you can see, they are somewhat similar in size. However, the Optimus Primal box is about 3/4 the size of Dinobot package. And in terms of height, the Optimus Primal is just slightly taller. Alright. Okay. I want to do a quick comparison with the Generation Rhinox as well. So as you can see, if any one of you just decide to get the Rhinox and didn't want to wait for a masterpiece Rhinox, perhaps this might be a good scale for the masterpiece Dinobot. If you want to team them up together, have a nice photo shoot, that'll be cool. But I'll explore that in this video as well. So packaging wise, Rhinox is so much smaller than Dinobot. Alright, and then let's take a quick look at the two legend figures. Let's take a look at Rat Trap. Rat Trap has a love-hate relationship with Dinobot, as many of you might have known, from watching the animation. Alright, I think this might be a good scale for Rat Trap and Dinobot. We'll see soon enough. And just to add it into the list, we have Black Arachnia, Legends Black Arachnia. Alright, that's so much smaller than Dinobot. Dinobot is a big guy, as you've seen from the cartoon series as well. He towers over Optimus Primal. Now he's a big guy, so it's expected. Alright, so before we proceed, let's take a look at the design for the Dinobot, masterpiece Dinobot package. Let's quickly take a look at the design of the box. As you have seen earlier, the masterpiece Beast Wars have this like a standard background of the eye, the reptilian eye in the back, and then we have the figure in both modes. We have the beast mode and also the robot mode for the figure. Wonderfully crafted. It's really nice. And at the top we have Transformers masterpiece MP41 Dinobot, and at the bottom some Japanese you know, instructions and warnings, I guess. And at the side we have Dinobot holding onto the golden disc, and on the other side, nice, Dinobot, you know, one of his trademark finishing move, if you might know, you might say, you know, like lasers, you know, laser beam, optic blast coming out from his eyes. Then you have the various poses that this figure can adopt. So let's take a look. This is the one that has been advertised on Facebook and on web pages and at Comic Cons. And then we have the various weapons and how to stow it away. So basically you can see it. You can like stow away the cyber shield at the back. Then we have the Dino Saber. And then we have the different facial expressions. Can't really tell them apart. No, it's quite subtle. Alright, then we have the Dino Beams, Laser Eyes, Optic Blast. And then we have the golden disc, the famous golden disc. No, you can see, you know, it being rehashed over and over again. The arguments Dinobot has with Megatron, Tyrannosaurus Rex Megatron, that is. Alright, then we have the really nice beast mode here. As you can see, it gives you an honest view of Dinobot from various angles. And that's the rear. There's a bit of the robotic parts showing, but no, we can live with it. Can we? Alright, okay, so I'm hoping to get some poses at the end of this video, so I hope you guys stay tuned till the end, or can just skip to the end to just take a look at the group shot for the Maximals. Alright, so then we have this like a stand, the Transformer power base, which allows you to mount the Dinobots in various modes into an action pose. It's really cool. Alright, so basically at the bottom we have all the various parts that you might expect to find in this package. Right, so let's do this, guys. Let's open up this baby. Okay. So slice it up, open the flap. So not much design for the flaps. It's not a Yamaguchi figure, so you'll not be expecting any of those. But it is heavy, guys. It is heavy. Right, push the box aside. So this is what you will see upon opening the box. So basically what we have here is the, oh, look at that. So the the head itself is like it's slightly bigger than my thumb, so it's kind of big. It's bigger than well, it's bigger than quite a few of the masterpiece figures that I've owned. No, it is a big figure. So as you can see firsthand, no, I can tell you this figure is massive. No, you could only imagine how much bigger Beast Wars Megatron is going to be once it arrives. I think early next year. So let's open up the plastic trays. Alright, first thing first, I'm going to take out the biggest component that I can see, which is the Velociraptor. Wow, wow, would you look at that. Oh man, guys, this is so amazing. Alright, so first off, the leg components are like stowed away into the packaging, so you have to unravel them. Alright, okay, it has a huge bottom, so but relatively cartoon accurate. Now I do remember Dinobot having a kind of white hip on him. Alright, so it's really nice, but look at that facial sculpt. So beautiful, so beautiful. Look at that teeth. Ah. Oh guys, it's beautiful. It feels good to touch. It's basically, you know, the standard quality product you get from Takara Tomy Masterpiece figures. You know, it feels good. It's really solid. You know. All right. Okay, let's make him stand. Okay. Alright, so basically right now he's standing on his own. So I'm just gonna zoom out a bit so let you guys take a look at this beautiful figure. So here we have, alright, Dinobot in all his glory. Okay, let's take a look at the other pieces, other components in the plastic tray. Alright, I'm gonna just set Dinobot, this beautiful Dinobot, aside for a while. So let's just pop the other components out. So let's take the tail portion out first. Okay, the tail is long, it has like different joints, it gives you a bit of articulation, it has this like gives you the effect of the tail having a life of its own, so you can get a bit of like poses, you know, different poses with the tail. So as you might have remembered in cartoons as well, no? Whenever he's in Velociraptor mode, whenever he's in beast mode, so you always notice his tail swinging around. So they actually did that for this figure as well. Okay, let's see how we can attach. I haven't even read the manual at all, but I'm really excited to just piece this Velociraptor together. Just imagine, it combines two of my most favorite things, in the world: Transformers and dinosaurs. I'm a big dinosaur nut, especially when I was growing up. There's Jurassic Park, and it's a Velociraptor. How can you not like it? It's amazing. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna attempt to plug in the tail, because you might have noticed there's some like slots here, and there's like some hinges on this side, some edges. So I'm just gonna assume that we can just like slot it in and just plug it into place. So let's try it, and yep, it slots in nicely. Let's take a look. I'm gonna just push the tray aside so you guys have a clearer look at the this figure, this beautiful figure. Okay, so look at that. Make it stand on its own. It is stable, guys. So not to worry about the poses. Cross. I'm just gonna balance it a bit before I zoom out to let you guys have a look at the whole figure. Okay. So feast your eyes on once Predacon Dinobot, the hero, the warrior. He'll always be remembered as a Maximal, of course. Wow. Such a beautiful figure. Right, guys, so before we get too engrossed with the Dinobot figure, let's take a look at some of the other items that came with it. So we have this instructional manual. So let's take a look inside. So basically it has the standard instructions of how to transform Dinobot into his robot mode. Alright, okay, so basically it tells you how to open up his tails and such. Okay, everything is in Japanese, so good luck to me. Alright, so other things that came along in the with the instruction manual. Alright, so not sure how this works, but those are what I assume to be the laser beam that comes out of the eyes of Dinobot in robot mode, and something else. I'm not sure. I'll find out soon enough. And as always, the trading card, you know, with the various like ratings for the various attributes. Strength 8, intelligence 5, speed now. Velociraptors are kind of fast. Endurance 5, rank 6. Yes, courage has to be 9. 5 blast, 6 skill, 6. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so that's pretty much for the card. And apart from that, there's some additional instruction for the what I assume to be the tail. So basically it tells us that you can swing it from side to side. We'll find out. Alright, and also there you have it, ladies and gents, the golden disc. I'm not sure about the accuracy, but I assume it should be accurate. No. Looks like any vinyl that you would expect. Okay. Alright, so let's take a closer look at Dinobot. Alright, so Dinobot for beast mode. Let's take a look at some of the possible articulations that you can expect from the toy. So let's start off with the head. So as you can see earlier, I did open the mouth, and then we have the tongue sticking out. So the teeth is all really well designed, and it's kind of sharp as well. So you might want to be careful if you have kids playing with the toy. But I don't think any one of you might allow any kid to just stumble upon this beauty. So as you can see, so you open up the mouth, and if you pull it down slightly, just a bit, you can get the upper gum to actually collapse downwards a little to reveal the rows of teeth on top. Yeah, it is a bit sharp. Okay, and for the tongue, you can actually flick it around and position it within the mouth itself. I don't think you can put it out or put it out. No, it's fixed length, fixed position, other than just moving up and down. Alright, so that's pretty much for the mouth. You can take a closer look inside if you want. It's really weird, it's really nice. It's what you would expect to see inside the mouth of a velociraptor. I like the tiger markings. You can see all the details. It's really cool. It has this like reptilian design. However, one might argue that with recent developments in paleontology, others are like scientists are suggesting that there might be feathers on Velociraptor. No, you never know. So yeah, but I still love this design. It looks very Jurassic Park Velociraptor-ish. It has the tiger stripes. It's a fierce look to have for a Velociraptor. Alright, guys, check this out. Okay, I'm trying to get a clear look. Okay, so basically, in the past, you probably have to pop the eyes out of your figures to change the the look of whether eyes, whether it's going to be squinting or looking away or something. But look at this, it has this rotary underneath the head sculpt, so you just have to push it out and then twist it around. There's a spring mechanism within, the joints inside. So you can just switch it around and select the eye that you would like. So there's like two various combination. So just select the one, pop it in place. Alright, push it back down. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so this is quite something. Engineering wise, this is it's not anything that I've seen before, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the other articulation for the head. So the head can nod forward this much. Okay, it's quite a bit. Looking down at rat trap or something. Okay, then can it do a full 360? Perhaps it can. Alright, so that's how it look like. Velociraptor, oops, Velociraptor looking backwards, so you can do a full 360. You can look up this much. Okay, well, I'm getting quite a clear. Oh, here you go. Alright, you can look up this much. Okay, that's pretty much it for the head and articulation for the head. The eyes are really cool. The mouth as well. Everything's cool about it. Next, let's take a look at the arms. So the arm does it? Oh, can actually twist it around, so it does do a full 360. Has a swivel there, so then you can do a bit of no, it's actually a full 360 for the what is this? Can you consider that an elbow of the Velociraptor? Yeah, I guess so. So you can just do a quick do a full 360 for the elbow, and then you can bend it backwards this much. And can you bend it forward? Yeah, it's pretty much like a full 180 movement for the forearms. All right. So then we have the claws, the end of the arm. It's a bit blurry. Let me try to get like some focus going. Okay, is it better? No, it's not. Okay guys, for the claws, it's really sharp as well. There's a lot of sharp parts for this Velociraptor, and it's really cool. It's definitely not for kids, no. So you have to be careful when you're putting this figure away. Make sure it's like kept safe away from kids below at least the age of 5. So for the claws, you can bend it down this much, and you can lift it up quite a bit. No, goes quite obtusely backwards. You can bring it forward quite a bit as well. Oh wow, it's a you can swing backwards and forward. So it's double jointed, as you can see. So you can bend it down this much, but then the double joint just swing it, allows it to swing it backwards, this much. So it's really cool. It's quite a bit of articulation in the arms. It's really nice. Right, so this is what the base of the arm, the claws look like. So you'd expect that to be grasping onto something later on in robot mode. So this is what it looks like at the front, the chest piece of Dinobot in beast mode, and this is what he looks like at the bottom. Sorry Dinobot, it's quite embarrassing, but yeah, those are all the parts they're showing at the bottom. some might consider it a mess, but no, I'm fine with it. Like I've mentioned earlier, we've been eating on scraps, for the past 3-4 years, probably even longer, for the Dinobot iterations that has come and gone. So I can do with a bit of mess for this beautiful figure. Alright, so let's proceed on to the torso. So there's no articulation at all. You can't like swing swing the chest or do an ab crunch on it. It's impossible. So that's pretty much it for the main body. So let's take a look at the legs. So for the legs, you can't exactly swing it around. Oh, you can. No, so you can like swing it, but you have to unhinge it from its natural position. So basically you can do this to it. So the upper thigh can be unhinged to lock it up and swing it forward like that. So you can probably swing it backwards as well, I assume. So yep, you can swing it backwards like that. But can it do a 360? Oops. Yep. If I do a 360, it will be unhinged a different part of the body. But yeah, you can do a full 360 with a bit of resistance. Okay. So there seems to be a ball joint here. So yep, you can hear the ratchet cranking as I dislodge it from its position. So you can move it backwards that much, and you can't pretty much, because I assume this would be the kneecap or something. No, I don't think so. It's too high to be a kneecap, but yeah, this golden piece is restricting the ratchet from pushing it forward. So that's pretty much all you can do for this segment of the leg. So let's proceed downwards even more. Can you do a swivel? Yeah, you can do a full 360 swivel for the upper thigh. Then alright, so let's take a look. Let's go down to the calf region. So let's see whether you can bend it forward. If you bend it forward as such, you just dislodge this piece from its position, so everything would start to fall apart. So the next point of articulation you might find would be where the characteristic claw would be for Velociraptor. Alright, so you have this, so the ankles can move downwards this much, and it can move outwards probably that much only, because it's restricted by this light brown piece here. Then we have the claw, the raptor claw, the famous raptor claw, seen in various movies, Jurassic Park and other shows that features a Velociraptor. Alright, so basically we have the raptor claw here. Trying to get it in focus. Okay, so it's really cool. It's like it has a gold finish, so you can like swing it downwards this much, and yeah, you can like stow it away. I assume this would be where it will be locked in place when Dinobot goes in robot mode. So for the other claws, there's individual articulation for each of the claws. Really nice. So similarly, it can be stored away. Into a compartment in the back. Alright, so that's pretty much the full articulation for the legs. Okay, let's take a look at the tail next. The first-hand look of the rear end of a Dinobot. It's a bit of a mess, but I can live with it. It's not so bad. But if there was some way that we can cover the robotic portions that's being exposed right now, that would be cool. But that's fine. No, I can live with it. So as I've mentioned earlier, he has quite a bit of a thing in his junk portion, so might want to avoid posing him as such unless you don't mind. So let's take a look at the articulation for the tail. As I've mentioned before, the tail has quite a few joints along the end here, so you can swing it this much, you can swing it that much. Oh, and if you wanted, you can actually lift it up quite a bit, but then it will just expose more of the robotic portions inside. So let's take a look at the other joints. So we have further down the line, we have the more joints, but this time it moves upwards and downwards instead of side to side. So we have like 1, 2, 3 and 4 joints on the tail end. Pretty cool. Alright, so before I proceed on, let's take a look again at Dinobot. Alright, so basically what we're going to transit into right now is Dinobot maximizing into his robot mode. Alright, so enjoy. Let's transform Maximal. Right guys, so here we have the fully maximized Dinobot, the fully transformed Dinobot into his robot mode, and as you can see, he's quite a big figure. It's about 24 centimeters in height. That's it's almost close to some of the large-scale MPs that was released in the past. And for scale, that's pose him next to MP Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons. So, as you can see, I have similar glowing eyes for Megatron and for Dinobot. So that's one gimmick. I'll cover it in the next few seconds. Some of the gimmicks that came with Dinobot, but as you can see, Megatron is just slightly taller than Dinobot, but they're pretty much there. Dinobot has quite a impressive torso. It's very bulky, it's very wide as well. As you can see, it's really nice. Alright, let's take a look at some of the details of the Dinobot figure. Alright guys, so let's work our way from the top down. So we'll start off with the head. So as you can see, let me just quickly show you that, you know, the glowing eyes again. So it's really cool, it's really nice. So basically you would have to insert 2 times LR44 batteries, small batteries, into the back of the head. So there's a screw over here that you just have to unplug and slot in the batteries so it can start glowing. And the trigger, the off and on button for the eyes, is at the top here where my thumb is right now. So you just have to click it. Right, let me just show you again. Yeah, the eyes are glowing. It's really nice glow. So it's a nice effect. Okay. Alright. So I'm just going to click it again. There you go. Simple. So the head does do a full 360. Okay. And then you can look down, but you probably have to lift it as such. So from some angles, it's probably going to look ugly if you were to tilt it downwards. But yeah, it's able to. You can go all the way down as such. It's part of the transformation process. The horns on top are really sharp. There's a lot of sharp points on this Velociraptor, on this Dinobot. So it's definitely not a figure you want to give to a child, like I've mentioned before. So he can look up this much. Alright. Can look down quite a bit if you decide to flip him across towards the chest piece. Alright. So the head comes with 3 different facial expressions. So if you were to switch it around, so you probably just have to jam a sharp object or a fingernail into this portion here and just plug it out. So it takes quite a bit, and you just pull it out. So just have to jam it in, just slide it out, and scary, creepy. Okay, so that's the head piece, so we probably can take another one so you can see the different facial expressions. You can open the mouth quite a bit because it's on this like a bar joint where you can just swivel it around, so that's how it looks like on the inside. So the mouthpiece can actually open, the lower jaw can actually open to reveal an additional kind of like freedom in expression for the face. So just have to slot it back in, and there you have it. Okay, another facial expression, one that looks like it's sneering and giving Rat Trap a dirty look. Alright, switch on the eyes again. Look at that, nice. Alright, so let's proceed. Alright, so let's take a look at the arms. Alright, the joint, the shoulder joint. Expected, you would expect to be able to do a full 360, and indeed it can. For the arm, there's some ratchet. Alright, so but you can only lift it 90 degrees upwards. Alright, that's how it looks like. On the inside it's quite some big biceps and triceps for Dinobot. Alright, the warrior dinosaur. Okay, so we have a shoulder swivel or upper arm swivel. Right, do full 360. The range of motion for this Dinobot is pretty good. It's really good. So look at that. So then for the elbows, you can do a 360, but you can compress it down this much. No, it's quite a bit of a bicep crunch. Then put it down again, and you can't move backwards. Okay, but for the wrist, okay, you can do a full 360. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, each one of these claws has double joints, so there's like individual like a range of motion for each of the fingers of Dinobot. So that's really good. That's really amazing. There's so much you can do. Right, oh, it's only for the first 3 fingers, but for these 2 fingers, they are conjoined. Alright, but they are also have 2 joints. So regardless, I think there's quite a lot of free range for the fingers. There's a lot of articulation going on there. So for the wrist, it can swivel downwards this much and upwards, left and right, only if you decide to switch it as such. So it's quite a range of motion, as I mentioned earlier, for the arm. Okay, right, so let's move on. Right, just take a look at the chest piece here. So it's pretty much a flattened out raptor head. No, it covers the chest of Dinobot. It's really cool. It's exactly what you saw in the cartoon, so it's really nice. So this is what it looks like from the side. For the raptor arms, it's neatly tucked away at the back. It's a very neatly engineered robot mode for Dinobot. There's some like remnants of his beast mode that you can see all tucked away inside, but it's really nicely packed away, and it's really compact as well. If you transform it properly, you shouldn't be able to see the gaps even. No, probably I just need to adjust on the packing method for the transformation process. Okay, so for the waist, alright. Okay, for the waist, you can do a full 360. It's nice, it's smooth. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the legs. For the legs, it can do a full 360. However, it can do like a complete circle because of some of the structural restrictions of Dinobot. Okay. So if you were to do a 360, you probably have to unhinge his hip joint quite a bit before you can spin it around. So see, if you were to do a 360, it'll look like this. So you get stuck here, alright? Then if you want to complete the 360, you probably have to switch it and knob it around and get it back in again and back to status quo. Okay, so he has a full range of motion for legs, at least for the upper thigh. Alright, and for the knees, there's it's a ratchet joint. It's very tight, it's very nice, so you can bend this much, 90 degrees, and oh, you can bend backwards some more. Okay, cool. That's it's quite a bit of range for the lower leg. Okay, so there is a knee swivel. It does a full 360. Okay. Then for the ankles, it has a ankle swivel, but it can only swivel inwards because it's restricted by this piece here, no, to swivel outwards. Alright, so for the toes, you can you? No, you can't bend it forward. So that's pretty much it for the ankle region. And for the heel spurs, you can just swing it in and outwards as such. It just provides stability for the figure when it's standing. Okay, and this is what it looks like from the back. It's really nice. Okay. Right, next, let's take a look at some of the weapons that came along with the figure. Okay, some of you might be wondering, like, how's the transformation process for Dinobot from beast mode to robot mode? It is surprisingly rather straightforward, but I haven't gone the other way, from robot mode to beast mode, so I probably have to figure that out myself. But from beast mode to robot mode, it was quite straightforward. So you guys don't have to worry. It's not as hard as transforming Megatron from his robot mode to the pistol. So it's not so bad. Alright, so the Dino Saber. So it came in the box folded as such, and all you have to do is just extend this and just plug out the wrist connector, the hand that goes into the hand of Dinobot. So basically there is a there's a plug in inside his hand, so we just have to slot it in and voila, there you have it, Dinobot with his Dino Saber, his sword. Okay, right, next you have his tail. So basically what you have to do with the tail is you just have to take it apart and just split it down the middle and just open up into this weird interior, and the remnants, you guys might be wondering, the remnants of the tail just have to collapse over itself and just tuck it in towards the back, the broader side of the tail, and to give you the cyber shield. Alright, so there's a gimmick for this cyber shield as well. So as you can see, this like handle portion here, all you have to do is press on it. Okay, there you go. Press on it. Don't feel me now. Okay, yeah. So it's supposed to spin when you press on it.
it's a nice gimmick to have for Dinobot, because it is, you know, this cyber shield does spin a lot during, you know, the run of the cartoons. So yeah, I'm in an awkward position to hold on to this cyber shield, so it's a bit hard to manipulate the knobs. Yeah, but it's supposed to spin. Okay, so similarly, there is a male joint that you just have to plug into the female of his hand. Then you just have to grip it around, and there you have it, Dinobot with his cyber shield and his Dino Saber. Alright, let's move on. Alright guys, I just can't help myself. I just got to get the Maximals together for one last group shot. Everyone in beast mode. As you can see, it scales pretty well. However, I'd rather have a slightly bigger Rhinox to go with this set, because it's just not right that a cheetah is so much bigger than the rhinoceros. So perhaps, no, still gotta wait for a MP size Rhinox. That'd be cool. They'll just complete the whole set. It's really nice to have them all in one frame together. Alright. Maximals, maximize. Alright guys, here we have all the Maximals transform into the robot mode. At the front we have Fearless Leader Optimus Primal, and on his right, Legends Rat Trap, and flanking on his left we have Generations Rhinox. It's a bit small. Perhaps maybe Takara might be releasing an MP Rhinox in the future, you never know. So there might be some adjustment to this group shot. At the back, next to Dinobot is MP Cheeto. It's quite a nice shot of all the Maximals together. Really enjoyed collecting all of the Beast War figures. I'm just waiting for MP Megatron. Is gonna come out sometime in 2019, next year. So really looking forward to that. Alright guys, I'll be concluding my video right now. If you've enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like, because it's going to help the channel out a lot. And if you have not, perhaps maybe you might want to consider subscribing. Thank you guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this figure as much as I did. If you're deciding on where to get this figure, go get it. It's such a lovely figure. Alright guys, thank you once again. This is Hans Rex signing off.